Hi, thank you so much for clicking on this video. Let's talk about mental health and do our makeup. So I asked on my Instagram a little while ago if anyone wanted to see me do a video talking about mental health, and I got 100% yes. So I'm actually really grateful to anyone who participates in them polls and stuff. Like, it's really fun interacting with you. So yeah, that's what we'll do today. We'll talk about mental health, we'll do our makeup, we'll get ready. It'll be fun. Yeah, okay. Please make sure that you like, comment and subscribe. Yeah, it just really helps me. And let's just go, shall we? I already got my brows and eye primer on, so we're just gonna jump straight into eyeshadow. And today I wanted to use the Imogenation palette because I haven't used it in ages yet, but I was looking through my videos the other day and I came across my review video of it and I thought the look that I did was really pretty. So yeah, it made me want to like play with it. So this is the palette that we're gonna use. I also have some notes right here on my laptop because I've tried to film this video like 3 times, and every time I do it I just like I fluster and I ramble and like I don't say what I want to say. So I just like I sat down with Cameron and I made some notes of everything that I want to speak about. So yeah, if you see me looking over this way, it's just because the laptop's there and I'm a mess. So just to start off with, I'm gonna go in with the shade OK, which is this one here. So I don't know why, I'm just really nervous. So I'll start off by talking about myself. I figured that would be a good place to start because yeah, I just thought it would be good to talk about my mental health journey. So yeah, I'm just gonna do that. So personally, my mental health problems, I have depression and anxiety. I've had depression since I was about 13 years old, so that's 11 years soon because I'm turning 24 in March. And my anxiety started much later. My anxiety started when I was about like 19, but depression first. When I was 13, I had an accident. Well, I was in an accident on like a fairground ride and I got whiplash and I did some stuff like damage to my nerves and things. But mainly I wasn't allowed to go to school. I had to stay off school for like nearly a year in the end. And when I was off school, obviously like I felt like I was losing my friends. I felt very alone. I felt like a weirdo. Like I remember like I had like this JLS concert that I had booked. We had paid for it and everything. I was so excited to go and then like I couldn't go because I'd injured myself. But like all of my friends that I was gonna go with like went, and like I just remember feeling so bad and like just so left out. Then I started like getting depressed, then like losing motivation and things, but mainly just feeling like very lonely. And then when I was 14, I was still at school. When I was 14, very suddenly my mum passed away, and she was like the biggest thing in my life. She was an angel. Like she was so caring and she was so kind, and like when I was off school she like looked after me, like, and she was just like my best friend. And yeah, and then just one day like she was fine. Like she was fine in the morning, and like later that evening she was just gone. Like literally like that, my whole entire world just changed. And not even just my world, not even just like what was around me, but like me, like I changed. And I'm just gonna take a little bit of sorry, I honestly don't know what I'm doing with my eyes. So yeah, so that was a really hard time for me, as you can imagine. Yeah, and I just fell into a pretty bad depression. I wouldn't get out of bed, I wouldn't eat for days on end. I started like staying awake all night and then sleeping all day, and just like I was a mess. I just want to say here that like sometimes you might not know what started a problem, like depression or anxiety or like anything, because like sometimes it's not as clear as like you've lost someone or like something massive and traumatic has happened, but like that doesn't mean that your problems and the way that you feel isn't validated. Like I feel like a lot of times now if you have depression or anxiety, people are like, well, why, what happened to you? And like it doesn't, like it's not like that. Like you don't have to have a reason. I still have depression, it's definitely gotten better, but like when I was a kid I would self-harm a lot. I hated myself. I was just so angry. I was angry at the world, I was angry at my mum, I was angry at myself. Like I was just angry. I'm still angry now, like, I definitely suffer with anger issues, but yeah, it definitely gets easier over time. And like, I know that everyone says that, but it does. Like, it doesn't get better, like, it doesn't become okay, but like, I don't know, it's not as like fresh. So after my mum passed away, I got into a few like bad relationships with not nice people. I was in an abusive relationship and a relationship where the person cheated on me. And when I was about 19, I had moved out of home, and I was living by myself with Brie, my dog. And we were living in a 2-bedroom house. It's the only house that I could find that would accept Brie, because she's a Rottweiler. Like, a lot of people don't accept her. I don't know why. I'm going to take a bit of this shade. What's it called? Imagine. This one. So we were living alone, just me and Brie. And I had moved out because basically I had moved from where I was born, which was Essex, and I moved to Wales to go to university. But I wanted to take Brie with me, so I couldn't live in dorms, so I had to get a house. I started not going into university because like I just felt like I didn't find any friends. I felt like I didn't fit in because obviously I didn't live in the dorms, so I just felt very like excluded. So I started missing classes, and then before I knew it, I just wasn't going to classes at all. Hello. I can see Cameron and my beautiful doggy coming in from their walk. So I don't know what I was talking about before Cam came home. But he's just gone off to run some more errands, so let's just get back to business. I just blended everything out and then just went over it with like a clean brush, just because I wanted it a bit softer. I'm going to take a Berry Blast, this one. I don't know what I was talking about, but I'll talk about anxiety. So my anxiety started when I was 19, because I was in the house alone. I started having like panic attacks a lot, and it actually got to like this point where whenever I left the house, like I would just have a panic attack. Like honestly, I couldn't leave the house. If post came, I would have a panic attack. If I got a phone call, I would have a panic attack and I couldn't answer it. I couldn't call anyone. Like, I was in a really bad place for like a year. When I was in that place as well, like I just wasn't looking after myself. Like, I wouldn't put makeup on, I wouldn't like bath, I wouldn't put a bra on. I just really wouldn't look after myself. I still have panic attacks and anxiety and things now. It's definitely like not like nowhere near as bad as it was. I think doing this actually has really helped me with my anxiety. I think I have more like social anxiety. Like, I don't know how to speak to people. I always feel like I don't fit in. I always feel like I don't have any friends. Like, I just like always worry. Like, I don't know if anyone else is like this, but I always worry that someone doesn't actually like me. So another big thing for me as well that I struggle with my mental health is my sleeping. We have gotten to the point where we will sleep all day and then be awake all night. And this happens all the time. Like, I will literally constantly be doing all-nighters, like staying awake for like 24, 26 hours and sleeping for like 24 hours and then repeating. And then that really, really messes you up. Like, it makes me feel way more depressed, and like being awake all night, it just makes you feel less motivated. It makes you feel really crappy because you're not like getting anything done. Like, you can't do anything. And I'll use this to segue into one of the questions someone asked me, which was someone said that they posted on Instagram once a week and they were mentally exhausted by it. And they asked how I cope. And to that, I just want to say that like I've had periods of time where I haven't posted at all. Like, where my sleep's been messed up, or I've just been feeling down, or like even like when life gets in the way, like when I broke my ankle. But recently what I've been doing, like when I've been feeling good and I've been feeling motivated and like I've been feeling confident, like I've been filming content, and then when I'm not feeling as good, I can edit it. Or like maybe I don't want to edit it, maybe I don't want to do anything, then I have something to like fall back on those times when like I'm not feeling good. And when I do that, it still makes me feel like I've accomplished something. I don't want to feel like I have to film, or I have to put makeup on, or I have to do anything when like I'm not feeling good. So like if I have content like pre-filmed and everything, then if there is ever a period of time where I'm not feeling good, I still have like something to post, you know? But at the same time, this is a big motivator for me, and like when my sleeping's messed up, like this will be the thing that makes me want to sort it out. it makes me feel like I've done something positive. It makes me feel like I'm connecting with someone, and like I don't have any good girl, I don't have any like friends in the real world. Yeah, it makes me feel like I'm a part of something, and it's a really positive thing for me. But that's just me. And like if you have different lifestyles, like maybe you have a kid, or you have like a job or something, like obviously it's going to be hard to like balance everything. But I do think that YouTube or Instagram or whatever you're doing, it should be like a positive experience for you. At times it should be challenging, but it should be challenging you in like a constructive way, not in like a I don't want to do this, like I feel drained. Well, I mean, you can feel drained from something even if something is good, but like, you know, when you're at a job and you hate that job, it shouldn't be like that. I'm gonna quickly, I think, take a bit of Trying It, which is a shade here. I think it can be really, really easy to have a negative consuming relationship with social media. Like I think it's so easy to feel like you have to put a face on, and you have to show that you have like a perfect life, and you have to be like everybody else, but you shouldn't have to feel that way. And I think it's important to remember to take time for yourself if you need it, and not feel like you're bound to upload. Do you know what I mean? You shouldn't feel like you have to upload. I feel like it should be something that you want to do. Like you want to upload, you want to be on Instagram, you want to be on YouTube, not like oh, I have to do it, or this will happen, or this will happen. Do you know what I mean? Then I'm going to take this Forever Friend shade up here. But I personally think that mental health is so important, and every single person at some point in their life will experience mental health battles to a certain extent, you know, like it's bound to happen. Like no one is just there like completely fine for their whole entire life. But like the stigma around mental health and being like crazy is just it's stupid. Like it doesn't make sense, it doesn't help anyone. I feel like we're only now just starting to understand mental health and how like important it is. If you're struggling with getting out of bed, or getting in the shower, or sleeping all day, or anything, like don't feel ashamed. You are not weak, okay? You are not. Mental health, any kind, depression, anxiety, OCD, it can be fucking crippling. It can literally be as crippling and damaging to a person as like a broken back, you know? You shouldn't feel bad. Please don't feel bad. If you feel alone, like there are people, like YouTube, anything, wherever you feel like you connect with someone, or you feel like you're happy, like just pursue that, because you deserve it. You deserve to be happy. I'm trying a different primer today, one that I haven't tried in forever. It's this Essence Glow Boosting and Pore Minimizing Primer with pink clay. It smells really nice and it's pink. But no, I just wanted to talk about mental health today, because I think it's such an important thing. I think it's such an important thing to be speaking about, because like myself and every single person that I think I've ever met in my life has been affected by mental health issues in like some way, and I'm sure that that's probably true for most of you watching. And I just wanted to do this quick little video to be like, you're not alone, to show you that you're not alone, and to just like hopefully be some sort of a positive thing in your life. Oh, by the way, this is just the NYX Born to Glow. Oh, that was too much, and I got it all down my t-shirt. Oh. But if you have any questions or anything that you want me to speak about, or just anything that you want to ask me about mental health or anything, just feel free to like comment down below, comment on Instagram, DM me, email me, whatever you want to do. I'm an open book. I might not always get my words out properly because I'm kind of bad with stuff like that, but yeah, I want to try. I think the more people share their stories, honestly, the better. Your story might not be like exactly the same as mine, but We're all in the same boat, right? I'm just gonna take then a bit of my Body Collection Illuminating Under Eye Primer in light. And also, if you didn't notice, we're going for like the glowy look today. Like, I'm having a problem recently of just feeling like way too matte. Like, I want to remain glowy. I've just pulled out my Micro Matte Fix and my Illuminating Setting Powder, and I'm going to try and mix them together, I think. Okay, matte one, illuminating one. I'm going to dip into the matte one, dip into the illuminating one, and then stamp under my eyes. Like, does anyone have any tricks for that? For like, are there any setting powders that make you like not look so matte? So let's get a conversation started down in the descriptions. I want you all, if you could, to maybe share one thing about yourself or one piece of advice or whatever it may be that will maybe help someone else or brighten someone else's day, make someone feel not as alone. So it could be like your mental health story or a piece of advice or like just a funny joke, just whatever it may be, just down in the description box, just put something that will help another person. Then I'm going to take a mixture of these two, Body Collection, what are you even called? Illuminating Baked Bronzer and Honolulu by W7. So I'm going to pretty much do the same thing. Dip into the matte one, then dip into the shiny one, and grab a mirror. I really need to get like a contour shade. Now I'm going to take a blush. This is the Primark blush in Secrecy. This has a little shimmer to it. Not that you can really tell anymore, but it does. So I'm going to use this as well. And this is like a really fresh, like peach look. Oh, I think someone's getting a new washing machine delivered. Look at her. She's so like... For highlighter, I'm going to dip into this completely broken e.l.f. palette. I'm going to try and scoot everything like back to where it's supposed to live. Alrighty. So, don't judge. I'm going to go in with this one mixed with this one. I feel like e.l.f. gets maybe like a little bit of hate for their highlighters, but they're pretty okay, I think. I just never reached this palette because like I never normally use palettes anyway, and also it's broken. That's beautiful though. Ooh, I like that. It's like wet. That's stunning. I'm going to take a bit of the gold one, this one, and I'm just going to mix them. I'm going to put it under my brow bone. Oh, intense. Okay. So pretty. Okay, then I'm going to use my W7 Flower Power Peony. I'm just really going to drench my skin. I'm going to take this shade and I'm going to pop that on the lower lash line. I'm going to take this butterfly shade on my inner corner. It's actually kind of pretty on the inner corner. I might just add the littlest tiny bit of Angel, which is the white one. Okay, Angel is really pretty. I think Angel is a stunning shade. I'll finish off with liner, mascara and a lip colour, and I'll be back to show you the finished look. And I'll show you it up close so you can see my skin and everything. Yeah, I enjoyed today's video. If you enjoyed today's video, please make sure you give it a big thumbs up. And yeah, I enjoy speaking about this. I find it cathartic. Scary, but cathartic. And like, it's always nice to know that you're not alone. And not even just for you guys, but like if someone comments underneath this, like, I know exactly how you feel, like that'll make me feel better. Do you know what I mean? Thank you so much for sitting down and watching this and hanging out with me today. And I'll see you in the next one. So, bye.